Alright, the reason why I'm currently outside is because back inside it's a little loud and I want to get this video out ASAP, so I was like, you know what, let me just go in the backyard and record this part for you guys. So anyway, welcome back guys to yet another Wheel of Time video, Dragon Reborn what part are we on? Part 3 I think, yeah, part 3. And yo, this part has been actually quite interesting, I'm not gonna lie. And by the title you guys know what I'm talking about. We get more Aiel information, and yo, you know me, since book 1 I wanted to know more about the Aiel, and here that's what they gave me. So without further ado, let's get straight into the review. And by the way guys, from now onwards in every single Wheel of Time video I will be giving special shoutouts to a random person who comments down below, and for this week I'm gonna choose KWH. Thank you so much for literally commenting on everything, even back when I was not posting on all my community posts. So first shout out, I think you deserve it, so thank you so much for your support. Alright, here in this part we start off with Matt entering an inn after being chased by those Greymans, I think. And here we see Tom again, and last time we saw Tom he was back in Kyrian, I think. He got stuck in the game they used to play. What was it called again? Deus Dema, that's the one. Yeah, that he got stuck in there, and I think he was going to kill a king or something, and which kind of got confirmed this part. He did mention about how there's a lot of killings involved, and later onwards towards the end that also kind of got confirmed. So I'm here assuming that Tom was the one who killed the guy called Goldrian. I think that's the guy's name. Yeah, so Tom did kill Goldrian, and he is very depressed right now. This guy's sad, he's drunk, he is out of it right now, man. He is all over the place, and yeah, that's where Matt met him. And Matt was like to the waiters, yo, listen, bring 3 chickens. And I'm here thinking, yeah, fair enough, man, 3 for both, fair enough. But yo, no, Matt ate all of those chickens. Matt consumed all 3 whole chickens, and yo, on my best day, I'll probably have like 1 whole chicken on my best day. Maybe 1.5, 1.25, but this guy, 3. Yo, Matt is different, man. This guy's different. And yeah, coming back to Tom being extremely sad and stuff, this guy, like he said, the reason why I'm in Tar Valon is pretty much because it's the worst place to be other than Camelin itself, because some of the Red Sisters might recognize him, and they'll just take him in and stuff like that. So he is very sober right now. This guy's extremely sad. But here Matt, he somehow convinced Tom, I think it's because of his Targaryen effect, he convinced Tom to actually go with him to Camelin. And yeah, Tom agreed literally straight away. Like it took pretty quickly for Tom to agree, and then yeah, Matt was like, we need to take the first ship, because I don't know, he just has a sense that they're being attacked and followed, so he wants to rush ASAP. Now it was actually quite hard for them to get on the ship, because yo, everywhere in Tar Valon, everyone knows who Matt is, because he has been targeted, not targeted, he has been told, or like everyone has a picture of him, because he is not allowed to leave Tar Valon, so everyone has a picture of him. But remember the seal that Nynaeve gave Matt of the Amyrlin seat, this guy has it and he used it to his advantage, but here it didn't work. Yeah, so what Matt does is he literally ignored everyone, ran, told Tom to follow him, ran onto the ship, jumped aboard, and boom, done, bro. Matt literally just does what he wants, bro. And yo, this guy is a living legend, bro. Far up, man. Matt just continuously develops into far out, man. It's just awesome, bro. Matt always was, had a lot of potential, and now he's fulfilling his potential. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, so the captain, he's like to them, yo, listen, we've got no space in the ship. You guys need to dip. But Matt was like, yo, listen, like, I'll literally pay you anything. And then the captain was laughing, like, you ain't got no money, cuz you can't pay shit. And then yeah, he was laughing, and then Matt casually brings out a stack of money out of his pouch. It's like, yo, 1, 2, 3. Oh, did you want 15? Oh yeah, I can give you 20. Bro, Matt was, yo, oh my days. This guy, because he kept winning from gambling, right? So this guy has a lot of money. And then the captain's jaw dropped. So pretty much they got like first class. They got a first class trip to wherever they are going right now. So that was absolutely gold, man. I love that part. And by the way, the captain did mention like some extra information that I think that might be important. He said how aliens don't like Aes Sedai, stuff like that, and he also mentioned this guy called Captain Salmon Seldom, something like that, and I think he might be quite important going forward. But for now, I'm just gonna ignore that part and wait for that part to actually come out in the future, if it even does. Anyway, then during the night, Matt was playing with his dice and stuff like, yeah. But then out of nowhere, on his dice, yeah, there was one part where it had the Dark One's face or something like that, and he landed on that multiple times. And then he was like, what game am I playing and stuff like that. And literally on that night they got attacked, and I think they were Greymans again. They either might be Greymans or Dark Friends. I think, I actually don't know. I didn't really pay attention to the details properly, but I think there's Greymans. So yeah, they got attacked, and Matt and Tom both they took them down. And yeah, so we know that they are being followed right now. Matt and Tom are being followed. I think it's because of his, I don't know if either because he's Tavern. Oh no, yeah, now I know why. Because at Perrin's dream, we'll get to Perrin's dream later. But okay, now I know. Fair enough. Okay, so they probably are Dark Friends, not Greyman. Okay, they're Dark Friends in that case. Anyway. Then at the end, Matt went back to his room. He was sweating, he was dripping. He was like, yo, what game am I playing? So this is no joke, bro. I don't know, bro. Matt before seemed like he was in bloody, I don't know, Disneyland, and now he ain't in Disneyland. So we never know what's going to happen with Matt. Now moving to Rand, bro, we are barely getting any Rand point of views, and I like Rand, and I wish we get more Rand. But anyway, Rand here is just playing a flute, and he just is absolutely scared to go to sleep. And yeah, he's just thinking about Min and Elaine, the dreams, and especially I think he has a soft spot for Min and Elaine especially. I don't know why. I think he's kind of forgetting Egwene, which is, I don't know what to say about that, so I'm just gonna move on, you know what I mean? And now we get a few chapters with Perrin's point of view. Now Perrin and like his party with Moraine, Lan and Loyal, they came to a new town now, and on their way to this town they saw a lot of messed up things, bro. Like the whole town being burnt up, and obviously we know that back a few chapters ago that everyone just got married out of nowhere. These changes are drastic. They could either be good or bad, but I think the bads are kind of overweighing the good, and this is obviously Rand's effect, the Targaryen effect. And Perrin here is not liking it at all. He's like, yo, Rand being evil, like he's being more evil than good, like he's having a more evil effect than a good effect, and he's kind of worried about that, and rightly so. And not only that, bro, whoa, this part is insane. And Aiel caged. Yo, remember Min's viewing? And Aiel caged. That was one of the prophecies, so now one of the prophecies is fulfilled. I need to read Min's viewing again, what will the fulfilled prophecy lead to? Do you know what I mean? So that's an interesting one. Anyway, so this Aiel's in a cage, and there's kids like everywhere throwing rocks at him and stuff like that, and your parent is not, like, he feels guilty for not doing anything, but then at the same time, they don't want to create a scene, so they kind of just walk past it. But the Aiel in a cage, big prophecy. And then not only that, they went to a new inn, right, and everything's normal, blah blah blah, and everyone is just doing their own thing. But there's a young girl, a girl who only is looking at Perrin, like she's literally looking at Perrin, no one else. And Perrin's like, yo, why would she look at me when there's a water, an Aes Sedai, and Ogier? Like, who does not notice an Ogier? But why is she looking at me when I'm literally an ordinary person, you know what I mean? So that's kind of tripping Perrin out. And yo, one part where the innkeeper was like, have you heard that back in Gialdian, that there's rumors being spread that the dragon is now reborn, blah blah blah. And now then Lan was like, yo, that's Massima. Remember Massima, the one who used to hate Rand but now worships Rand? Yo, Massima's going nuts. He's like spreading the word everywhere, so that's insane. And then moving back to Perrin, remember when Perrin was feeling guilty about not doing anything about the Aiel man? He takes the axe which he's so guilty about because he doesn't like killing, yeah? And then he takes it, frees the Aiel man, and I did not write the Aiel's man's name down, which, damn it. Anyway, so yeah, the Aiel man that was freed from the cage, he told Perrin that he is looking for he who comes with the dawn, which is Rand. And Perrin realized that immediately, and Perrin was like to the Aiel man, listen, you can find him in Tyr, so if you want to find him, you might as well just go towards Tyr. And yo, the Aiel man did not seem very threatening, so it was all good until White Cloaks came. The White Cloaks noticed that Perrin and the Aiel man in specific was freed, so they literally attacked them. And yo, that Aiel man, once he put on his his veil, Is it veil or mask or whatever? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. All I know is that the Aiel people just covers their face when they're fighting. So they literally go full Corona mode, you know what I mean? Put their mask on, shit like that, and fight, you know what I mean? So this guy took down most of the white cloaks, and Perrin later on was joined as well, and he literally chopped up a bunch of white cloaks. So we know that Perrin has a soft spot, but when this guy goes hard, he goes extremely hard, you know what I mean? He goes nuts. And yeah, after the fighting's done, they go in the separate ways, you know what I mean? And the Aiel man is very thankful and stuff like that. He's a very cool dude. So far, every single Aiel people we have met, they're not bad people, you know what I mean? So far that's a plus. But after that finished, remember that young girl that, you know, keeps her eye on Perrin? She watched the entire thing. And yo, once they had an eye-to-eye contact, she dipped, she ran away, and Perrin was like, yikes, shit. And then Lan also came, and Lan was like, did anyone else see? And Perrin was like, you know, a girl might have just saw it a bit. And Lan was like, are you serious? This guy's so stupid. We haven't even spent a night here. So Lan decided that they need to leave ASAP. Lan told Perrin to wake Loyal up and then get everyone to the horse stable. So when Perrin went back to get Loyal up, this Loyal guy was so comfortable because this inn had a specific bed made for an Ogier, which normally not any other inn had. Do you know what I mean? So this guy was getting comfortable, and then, you know, he was about to read his book, and then Perrin walks in and is like, yo, listen, we gotta dip. And yo, I was listening to the audiobook for this part as well, and the way Loyal responded was it was funny, bro. He was like, but why? We just got here. Like, yo, this guy's like a child, cuz, bro. But yeah, Perrin was like, look, listen, just get out and then we can talk later. So once everyone got to the stable yard, Loyal, this guy, he was like to Perrin, yo, listen, like, you know, I'm actually quite happy, you know what I mean? Because this feels like the olden times, like the old times where we used to get chased by Trollocs. Like, I like the danger. Like, yo, Loyal, I think Loyal is getting some development to his character. I thought Loyal would always be like on the safe side. He would always try to avoid danger, but now he's looking forward to danger. Because remember that time when Loyal and Rand was sneaking up to get that horn from a bunch of Trollocs? Loyal was scared, like he was so scared, and now Loyal's like, yeah, bring it on, yeah, I want some danger. So yeah, that's some character development on Loyal, and yeah, Loyal's always going to be an amazing character, so always nice to see more of Loyal. And once everyone got to the stable, they all went towards the dock so they could sail out ASAP. And when everyone, like what's it called, Perrin's party, got on the ship or boat or ferry or whatever that thing is, once they got on it, that girl came out of nowhere that, you know, that always used to spy on Perrin. She came and literally got on board last second, and yo, Perrin is feeling very uncomfortable. And what we know so far about this girl is she's from Ilion. She is a hunter of the horn, which Perrin kind of denied straight away because she's a girl, and girls are not meant to be hunters. And yeah, honestly, one thing I learned with the Wheel of Time is you can never rule any girls out for anything, bro. Like, some of the girls are just disgustingly OP, bro. And another thing is this girl did not snitch. She did not snitch on Perrin on how he saved the Aiel man, and how he was the one that killed all the white cloaks. So she's not a snitcher, and she is also a hunter, which is an interesting and dangerous combination at the same time. And then at the end, she gave Perrin her name. Her name is Zareen, but she also goes by the name Feli, I don't know, but it means falcon. And yo, falcon, on mint viewing, I think Falcon was the one who was choking up Perrin, so that means this girl is dangerous. The hawk is good, the falcon is bad, I think, and I know that the hawk and the falcon fights each other. So who's the one who's gonna fight this girl? Who's the hawk? I know she's the falcon, but who's the hawk? I know it's both female, so that means the hawk is also a female. Is it Moraine? Nah, it can't be Moraine. Moraine can't be a... If Moraine was a bird, she would be an eagle, cuz, not a falcon. That lady's dangerous, cuz. But yeah, I actually don't know. Yeah, I don't know who the hawk can be, but... Yep, anyway, so then Perrin, he went to sleep, and he had probably one of the most important dreams that I have read so far. So then he is in a land of nothing, which has nothing but mist. And then Hopper comes out of nowhere. And Hopper leads Perrin onwards and onwards until everything just becomes... Until he can see things. He can see panels of I don't know, he can just see things, right? And first of all, he saw a bunch of dark friends, and he saw Baalzaman. Now Baalzaman was not happy. He was going nuts at all of these dark friends. He was like to his dark friends, some of you guys are not doing your task. And let's go back to the Great Hunt's prologue. Remember when Baalzaman gave everyone orders to do blah blah blah? Now some of them have not been doing their job. Now Baalzaman literally eliminated some. I think he eliminated some of them. Yeah, or maybe he worked them up, I don't know, but basically he even said to one of them, you even let that boy get away from Tar Valon. I'm pretty sure he's talking about Matt. So, oh shit, I just realized something. Holy, oh, no, yeah, that's, yo, oh my god, the Amyrlin seat might be Black Aja. Do you know why? The Amyrlin seat might be Black Aja because she gave, I think she has to be the one that gave orders to keep Matt in Tar Valon. So that means he could not leave Tar Valon. Or was it someone else? I don't know. Whoever it was is Black Aja. Because that's why Baalzaman got pissed off that you let. Did he just kill an Aes Sedai? Nah, I'm overthinking right now. I'm definitely overthinking right now. I don't know, but yeah, Baalzaman was not happy as well. Anyway, once that was done, Lanfear came out of nowhere. And by the way, I don't know why I was calling Lanfear Selene in the last part. I'm just too used to calling her Selene, so I'll try to call her Lanfear as time goes on. But yeah, Selene is just stuck in my head at the moment. But anyway, Lanfear comes, and through Lanfear and Baalzaman, now we definitely know that Baalzaman is not the Dark One, because Lanfear and Baalzaman seems to be on the same power scale. Do you know what I mean? Because they both don't like each other, they both are insulting each other, but at the same time they both serve the same master, which is the Dark One. However, Perrin kind of felt that Lanfear was more scary than Baalzaman, so that's interesting. So it's like, is Baalzaman one of the weakest Forsaken? If that is, that's insane, because they started the whole series with the weakest Forsaken to be like one of the most formidable villains. That's insane. I respect that. If he is the weakest one, I respect that, because Lanfear looks like to be on a different level at the moment. Anyway, now let's move on. Then what's it called? Perrin got taken to a different scene. Rand was fighting a bunch of murderers and dark friends here, right? He was fighting a bunch of murderers and dark friends, and then Perrin saw a bunch of other people trying to attack him, and he tried to warn Rand. Perrin was like, Rand, watch out! And as soon as he did that, Rand, I think, accidentally attacked him, and that's when Perrin woke up. He woke up to a scar on his chest, like a burning scar, and he was in pain as well. And he thought this was a very important dream to tell Moiraine. And one thing, I'm kind of confused now. I'm assuming that was a wolf dream, right? It was a wolf dream. And everything that happens in a wolf dream is real. So, why is Hopper still alive? Do you know what I mean? Hopper's just everywhere. But then Hopper also did say that whatever is in a wolf dream is the past, is the present, is the future. I actually don't know, man. But that's interesting. Then Perrin went to Moiraine. She told Moiraine what happened, blah blah blah. And this is what Moiraine said. The first thing she said: if you told this to any other Aes Sedai, you would be gentle straight away. And Perrin was like, yo, are you serious? I came all the way just to get some reassurance and whatever, and that's what you tell me? Like, god damn, bro, I need a proper psychologist. I don't need no Aes Sedai. Anyway, so all jokes aside, Moiraine had also told Perrin that he can also potentially use the One Power. You know what I mean? From what he had dreamed. And Perrin obviously did not want to believe that. And yeah, and then at the end he also asked Moiraine about the girl, like her name, Zareen, blah blah blah. And then Moiraine said Zareen means heartbreaker. So again, lots of red flags with this girl, Zelene, or the Bloody Falcon. A lot of red flags. So I think Perrin might, fall for her. She's gonna break his heart and kind of put him in a situation, and then the Hawk is gonna save the day. Anyway, moving on. Rand, he wakes up from the dream that Perrin was in at the same time, and Rand instantly said, yo, damn, I almost killed Perrin, I need to relax. But this part was mental. This part was nuts. I don't know what Rand did here, but anyway, Rand was in a campsite, right? A bunch of travelers they came to share Rand's campsite with him. And then they were like to Rand, yo, can we share the site with you? And Rand was like, yeah, all good, all good. He was waiting. He was literally waiting patiently. One step the lady took. On the second step, this guy flew out of his spot, made a sword from the One Power. It was a sword made out of the One Power, sliced her neck off. Like, yo, the violence in this was insane. This was no joke. After she was done, and then he was also like, she was the most dangerous one. And then after that, he literally took out everyone else. There was 10 people in total here. He took out everyone in a second. Rand is no joke right now. He is insanely disgusting right now. And not only that, at the end, he used his One Power to make their dead body kneel in front of him. And by the way, I don't know what this means. There were 10 people, but then out of nowhere, it became 11 at the end. So that part I didn't. I think it has meaning, but I kind of did. I couldn't unlock that meaning. So I know there's meaning to it, but anyway, this guy. I think this guy's gone mad. Bro, this guy's making dead body kneel in front of him. He was like, oh, if I'm the Dragon Reborn, you better kneel to me right now. This guy ain't no joke. Holy moly. And at the end, he was like, he took one of the horses and he's like, Calendar is calling to me. Yo, give me a Rand point of view ASAP. I don't care. I want a whole chapter about Rand, bro. I can't do this anymore. I can't. I need a Rand chapter because I think Rand is becoming one of the most interesting characters right now. Like, he's always been interesting, but now his interesting level is going up and up and up. And now moving on to Egwene's point of view now. Egwene, Elaine and Nynaeve, they are on a ship right now, heading towards Ter. Now, Egwene, she did mention that she has been going into the world of dreams. Now, someone in the comments in the last video told me I could say Tar instead of Telen, Aren, Riod, the world of dreams. I could just say Tar. So if you guys are okay with it, let me know down in the comment section below if I can continue saying Tar, but for this video, I'll say Tar for now, right? Anyway, so Egwene, ever since that night she has visited Tar, she has been trying to visit that world of dreams every single night. However, it's been different now. There was no Sylvie this time. It was very hard to adjust, so it just has not been the same. And other than that, she also has been dreaming a lot about Rand, Perrin and Mat. She saw how Mat is being followed by a grey man's, but she can't do anything about it because what can she do? Let's be realistic. And how for Perrin, the hawk and the eagle are fighting each other, and for Rand, how he's just, you know, holding a sword made out of light, which probably is that sword he used to kill that woman, which was insane. I still can't get over that, man. Anyway, so the ship they're on actually breaks down in the middle of nowhere. So when it breaks down, Nynaeve comes and she's like, yo, you know what? I don't want to wait for a second ship, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk to the nearest village and find a new ship. So anyway, once they all got off the ship, they were heading towards a new village until, yo, this is probably the most Aiel information we have ever gotten. A bunch of Aiel, not a bunch, one Aiel in specific came out while others were hiding, right? Now this her name was Avienda or Avinda. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna say Avinda. Avienda. Oh, Avienda, my bad. Avienda, she came out and then she is known to be a Maiden of the Spear. So, this is what I know about the Maidens of the Spear so far. They can't have kids, they can't have a husband, unless they drop the spear, unless they're not bound to the spear anymore. They can't kill women, they can't kill Aes Sedai. They can't kill women with no weapons, actually, and they can't kill no Aes Sedai, because apparently back in the days they failed the Aes Sedai or something like that. So that's what I know about the Maidens of the Spear. And I also know that they can be first sisters, or I don't understand this first sister part. Like, it's kind of makes sense, you know. I mean, if you're very close, you can just be sisters without being blood sisters, but you have to go to the wise ones. Now, the wise ones are like the Aes Sedai for the Aiel people. However, after Nynaeve healed one of these Aiels later onwards, because one of them was injured and Avienda wanted an Aes Sedai to heal them, Nynaeve used some crazy magic that she had probably never used in terms of healing, because her herbs weren't working. And then that shocked the Aiel, the Aiel people, and the Aiel people was like, yo, your power is beyond the wise ones. And Nynaeve we know that Nynaeve is actually not. Nynaeve is probably one of the strongest Aes Sedai when she's angry, so that kind of makes sense. So I don't know who's stronger or what. I think Aes Sedai might be stronger than the Wise Ones. So anyway, and one more thing I know about the Aiel people is they are extremely scared of water. They are very scared of water because back in the Aiel Waste there's pretty much no water there. However, they are fierce as hell. Even if there is water, they would not use that as an excuse to, cross it or travel. They would probably build a raft, even a bad one, just to get past it. So these guys are fierce despite of being scared. Do you know what I mean? So that's very respectable and admirable. Anyway, again, these Aiel people said that they are looking for he who comes with the dawn. Every single Aiel people are looking for Rand right at this moment of time right now. So I think, I don't know, like a lot of signs are coming, and then the Aiel people coming out of the waste they're all signs, and then wars happening in Cairhien in specific. They are all signs of, Oh yeah, I forgot to mention about the war in what's it called, in Cairhien. Like there's a lot of smoke when Egwene and Thing were traveling from the ship. There's a lot of smoke from the direction of Cairhien. So Cairhien is not a good place to be right now because I think there's like a massive civil war in Cairhien. Anyway, so these signs are pretty much confirm that the dragon is going to reborn very, very soon. Anyway, so then Egwene's party and the Aiel party decided to go the separate ways. However, Aviendha was low-key following them from a far distance, but we get that told later onwards. But might as well bring that up right now. You know what I mean? Anyway, on their way back, they get ambushed by a bunch of random bombs, bro. What the fudge, bro? I got really pissed off at this part. I was not happy with them. They got ambushed by these random bandits. What the hell? Like, come on, Nynaeve, Egwene, Elaine. You guys took on Sean Chan. You guys took on White Cloaks. And you guys can't take on these guys. Nah, that part, I did not like that part. I absolutely hated that part. But I guess what comes from this part is actually pretty good, so I guess I can't complain too much. Anyway, so this part was really, really funny. Egwene was stuck to a horseback, right? She first wakes up, she's like, oh shit, I'm conscious. One of these guys is like, oh shit, she's conscious. Gets a massive stick, boom! Smacks and she's unconscious again. So I don't know, I think Robert Jordan was taking a piss out of these three characters in this chapter. Anyways, what happens after is actually pretty good though. So Egwene, Nynaeve and Elaine were all stuck in a room. They were all unconscious except for Egwene, who got up first. She wasn't really unconscious because what these bums did again, they used the wrong herb to make them unconscious because they're dumb. And I don't know how these dumb guys took them down in the first place anyway. So the reason why they took them down is they're trying to sell them to Myrddraals. And thinking they are unconscious, they are waiting for the Myrddraals to arrive. And while that was happening, Elaine was seriously injured. She had like blood coming out of her head. I think her scalp was like cracked or something like that. It was very bad. And once Nynaeve was up, she tried to heal her, but she had no herbs. Actually, no, she couldn't heal her. I mean, because she had no herbs, so she was left helpless. She was getting angry slowly, until she cracked. When she cracked, she did the same thing, except this was different. She did that healing thing again where she just went nuts. Oh, like this healing, like Egwene has never seen it before. When Egwene touched it, it was so cold and so hot at the same time. It was insane. Like Nynaeve is going nuts. Like I think Nynaeve will be a yellow Archer in the future because her healing thing is so OP. I think she is going to be yellow Archer. Anyway, so once she's healed and blah blah blah, Egwene, Nynaeve and Elaine, they decided to attack the Myrddraals as well, because once the Myrddraals were there, they're like, you know what, we can't let them take us. Before they could do that, the Aiel people ambushed these bums, rightly so. Now these Aiel people were taking them down left, right and center until the Myrddraals were a bit too strong obviously, and that's where Elaine, Egwene and Nynaeve came out, and yo, they tag teamed the Myrddraals. They used the one power, like fire everywhere. I think fire was the main thing they were using. Anyway, so fire, they were condensing them into a ball. They were getting crushed so condensely until they defeated them. So yo, these three girls are actually really strong. they can defeat 3 Murdrels, but they can't defeat. You know, I'm gonna let that go. Anyway, so that's where we meet more of Aiel. We know that there are like 19 Aiel, I think. Yeah, there's 19 Aiel right now. Oh, one more thing. When what's it called, Nynaeve was fighting the Murdrels, she I think she had a new attack. It was called Balefire. This Balefire was actually more stronger than a normal attack, and I think the Aiel people mentioned it before. And at the end, the Aiels said that we could help you guys, so they gave them some horses, I think, or stuff like that, and then they escorted them to safety. So now Elaine, Nynaeve, and Egwene are all good, and I don't think they were the Aiel. I think the Aiel went their separate ways, so correct me if I'm wrong. I think they went their separate ways, and Nynaeve, Egwene, and Elaine are also went their separate ways. Now, ending the chapter with a Matt point of view. Now, Matt and Tom, they arrive at a town called Arringel, which isn't too far from Cairhien. Now, this is very bad. The state of this town is horrible. There are so many refugees coming from Cairhien, and yo, everything looks horrible. Like, people are looking bad. It's all gloomy, dirty. It's populated. The density of the whole town is it's overloaded, man. So we can see the war is affecting people quite ruthlessly, do you know what I mean? So it is mad. Anyway, Matt also mentioned here with Tom that he said, I will do anything for money. Like, he's always there for money, blah blah blah. He wouldn't help someone if he doesn't get anything in return. He would always want something in return, which is money, do you know what I mean? But here he actually helps out a mother with kids. He just gave her money and just dipped. Like, he didn't get anything in return. So character development again, bro. Matt is getting a lot in this book, so that's amazing. Anyway, so you know how Matt recently is becoming more used to sleeping in beds and stuff like that. He wants that special treatment. But here, every single inn is packed. Like, it's horrible. You can't get a single bed in this town. He got rejected. They're getting rejected after rejected, to a point where people were like, you can't even have horses anymore because people are eating horses. It is absolutely cooked. Anyway, so they eventually find an inn because Matt offers them a lot of money, and they were able to sleep in the stable yard. Now, in the stable yard, a woman who was an illuminator, people who work with fireworks, and this was again in Min's prophecy. Yo, is this woman the Hawk? No, I don't think she's the Hawk. That's kind of stupid because this woman went her separate way at the end, so I don't think she's the Hawk. So anyway, she was followed by a bunch of men, and then they tried to kill her. Then Matt came to the rescue. He knocked all of them out with Tom's help, and yeah, in return, the woman gave them fireworks because fireworks has decent price to it, and that's where she just left off on her own. And yeah, like I said, that was one of the prophecies that is fulfilled. I need to read every single line from book 1 to book 3 about Min's viewing. Like, literally, something's there that I'm missing, because I'm getting nothing out of these things. Like, I don't know. Anyway, so that concludes the parts, and like I said, this has been an interesting part. A lot more mystery, a lot more, what's it called, like a lot more got to do with Min's prophecy, with Perrin, Rand, and Matt. And like I said, and I think the highlight of this part is probably the Aiel people for me, because I've always been interested about the Aiel people, and you know, now we know more about the Maidens of the Spear, the way of their lives, stuff like that. I feel like there's still more to learn about the Aiel people, and I cannot wait for that. Now, in this part, unfortunately, there will be no predictions because I don't know. My brain has not been working properly for this part, so I do apologize that. So hopefully next week we can make some decent predictions. Anyway, other than that, thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment sections below. And other than that, I will see you guys next week, part 4. Take care now. Bye.